Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of Dead Space. Stomping some mud holes and strange aliens in a far-off star system. Isaac honestly does not get paid enough for this crap. Actually, fun fact about Clark's name, which I'm sure 99% of the player base knows already, Isaac Clarke's name is actually a combination of two sci-fi writers' names. Isaac being Isaac Asimov, who wrote The Stars in Their Course, the Lucky Star series of books, and The Solar System and Back. And Clarke as in Arthur C. Clarke, most famously known for his A Space Odyssey series of books. So 2001, he wrote that with Stanley Kubrick, and that's actually slightly different from the film too. 2010 Odyssey 2, 2061 Odyssey 3, and 3001 The Final Odyssey, which those latter two books were kind of on some stuff. If you thought 2001 was strange, check out 3001. That is bonkers. But yeah, that's the fun part about Isaac Clarke's name, is that it was pretty much on purpose. That the naming scheme was not an accident. What is an accident is how I still have this semiconductor on me. Let's sell that off. Whenever you find semiconductors, gold, ruby, bronze, sell them off, because not only does that take space in your inventory, but they also go for a lot. And you could buy some good shit, even though you can't buy weapons in the remake. You have to find the stuff on the Ishimura itself, which arguably is more tense. Now, the weapons in this game do have a bit of an overhaul compared to 2008. Like, I remember the pulse rifle sucking hard in 2008. In this game, it still sucks, but it's somewhat better. Anyway, time for the level 2 suit. You know, every time I look at that animation, I feel like he's getting electroshocks, like he's Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back or something. Or, oh god, even worse, the eye torture scene from Dead Space 2. Okay, we're getting started early with this. I'm not normally squeamish, but that scene, that is hardcore. And yeah, I do want to get to Dead Space 2 and 3 eventually. It looks like it's going to have to be the original versions or the PC version. I think those are on Steam, because EA's not going to remake those, apparently. Still hate EA's guts for that one, but live and learn. Anyway, since I mainly prioritize my plasma cutter, I'm going to upgrade that the most, as well as my suit, of course. That and the plasma cutter has the best weapon special in the game, so I cannot miss out on that. Security clearance not high enough, man, damn it. We haven't run into any enemies so far yet. This is kind of concerning. Because what the remake does is that if you don't run into enemies for a while, then chances are there are going to be multiple enemies up ahead. And you're not going to have a good time. Anyway, welcome to Intensive Care, which is Chapter 2. And meet our new gadget. It's kinesis. It's kind of like the Force. You can lift heavy objects and throw it across the room, or lift and move blocks like this. Kinesis may look like a gimmick at first, but it's actually very useful in combat, especially if there are explosive barrels or pikes in the room. You just chuck those at enemies and explode them or nail them to the wall. That's another good mechanic that I did not know about until the other day. Well, I always knew about the explosive barrels, but these sharp objects, I did not know you could stop enemies with those.
Gotta hold the line. They all came back.
Damn, the ragdoll physics failed us that time. Anyway, here's our new weapon, the pulse rifle. It has its uses. It's got a grenade launcher, but it sucks. Abysmal damage, it doesn't fire that fast, and the ammo consumption is poor. The grenade launcher attachment is probably your best bet for the rifle, but even if you want to do that, you want to fire it from far away. Otherwise, you'll damage yourself. and standard magazine will hold 2 grenades, so not that many grenades for the rifle anyway. I'm Isaac Skywalker. Isaac Kenobi is here to help you out. Isaac Kestis, I don't know. But yeah, the strange thing about Isaac is he's not even a trained Marine or a soldier like Hammond is.
Isaac, have you heard from Daniels? We were attacked. She ran the other way.
No, nothing. Medical's a slaughterhouse. They barricaded access to the morgue.
The morgue?
Yeah, but the barricade was put together in a hurry. A hydrazine tank might blow it over. You just need a detonator, like maybe a shock pad. Nicole could be through there if...
Isaac, the one who attacked us. I swear to God it was Chen. But I saw him die. If they barricaded the morgue, maybe it was to keep something in.
That's a difference between this game and the 2008 version. Chen never became a necromorph back in 2008. So there's going to be a plot point involving a escape pod later on that's going to be slightly different than before if you played the original game. We'll get to it eventually, but as I was saying before, Isaac is not a soldier. He is a construction worker. So all of the weapons outside of the rifle, for obvious reasons, and the gravity gun, they are more suited for construction.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Could have at least not. The more you play Dead Space, the more you catch on to the Necromorph strategy. These guys are smarter than they appear, but not too smart. This area to my right, that small room, is locked. It's one of those situations where I need to go completely around in order to unlock that door. Dead Space is, in a way, partially a Metroidvania, but it's about as much of a Metroidvania as Arkham Asylum is. Like, you find a door, you may or may not be able to open it just now, but later on you can open it just fine. This rifle still fucking sucks! What is this shit? It's the damage output. I'm pretty sure I put like 15 bullets into that guy before he collapsed. Ugh, oh no! Okay, switch back to my plasma cutter. The OG, the best weapon in the game. Kind of. See, even Isaac agrees.
Quarantine lifted.
Yeah, you heard that right. COVID ended a long ass time ago. Anyway, here's another bench if you need nodes, or have nodes, which I unfortunately probably do. Well, I might now. Stasis pack schematics, that'll come in handy. Finding schematics will give you the opportunity to find that item in the shop.
Nicole? It's me.
Personal log, Dr. Nicole Brennan. With medication and zero-G therapy, patient Harris is showing improvement. If this continues, there might be hope for the others on Aegis 7. However, Dr. Mercer continues to interfere. He claims Harris's delusions are religiously significant. If I have to make a complaint, I will. I'm not losing my patient over unitology bullshit. Not again.
Tracking rig signal. Dr. Nicole Brennan. Rig location? Inconclusive. Manual link tracking is available.
Scientific methods. Now, you do have side missions, and I'm gonna be honest, I think I missed a couple of these. But side missions aside, you're pretty much running for your life for the whole entire game, so that's a mighty big side mission if I do say so myself. Now, what game is more action-packed, Resident Evil 4 or Dead Space? I'm not gonna say Resident Evil 4 on that one, but if we're talking like Dead Space 3 and Resident Evil 4, I think Dead Space 3 is more action. You definitely get a larger arsenal of weapons in that game for sure. But the dismemberment system in Dead Space 3 is a bit lacking. Ow, that was my finger. I won't be able to write shit now. That was my other finger. Man, what an asshole. Grizzly. Now we have new enemy types, lurkers, and not the type of lurkers you find on Twitch streams. Oh shit, I lurk on Twitch streams sometimes too. But these things can be a bit annoying if they're in groups. And yes, they are infected they're babies. Are you disturbed yet? Anyway, the lurkers tend to shoot these sharp needle things from afar, and they can also cling onto walls and ceilings. And they're pretty annoying in 0G locations because they're a small target. They could get a couple of cheap shots in on you before you can even see them. But the lurkers by themselves are pretty weak. Their critical areas are going to be the tentacles that sprout from the back. You aim for the tentacles, mainly the center tentacle, and that should put a nail in the lurker. Motherfucker! I swear, the scariest shit always seemed to happen with babies around. Oh, there's another one. He just missed! You suck! And for that glorious fail, you get a stomp. Isaac does not discriminate against age. That sounded wrong. What I meant to say was, Isaac will stomp out anybody that's any age. Necromorph or otherwise. Oh, that looks electrifying. Better not touch that. How the hell am I supposed to get to that console without getting zapped? Do I just walk over there? Oh, okay, I just walk over there. The electricity looks way larger than the hitbox actually is. Duly noted. Okay, let's move on. That was kind of embarrassing. Alright, where to now? And this looks like a safe haven, so let me use the shop real quick. Hopefully nothing sneaks up from behind, which Dead Space is thankfully generous of, putting enemies in locations where you think it's safe. It doesn't really do it that often. There might be a few set pieces where enemies spawn near shops, but that's rare. That did not sound good, or maybe that's Hammond, so that probably is good. Let's check it out. Oh, that's not Hammond at all. And I cannot paint the whole Ishimura red, dude. What are you thinking? Damn it, Jim, I'm an engineer, not a doctor, or whatever Bones said in Star Trek. Now that I think about it, DeForest Kelley actually probably did say that line. Good old Star Trek. Before J.J. Abrams take over. Now, actually, I do like the first two J.J. Abrams films, but not Beyond. I did not like that film. Star Trek Beyond, and then pretty much everything else after that was where everything went to shit. But good old Star Trek. You got the corny but still great 60s show. You got Next Generation, which is fantastic. Got the 80s films, which are just phenomenal, except for 5. Did not like Star Trek 5 at all. Hey, now that that's taken care of, time to put this battery in the wall so we can get the elevator up. And get some goodies, of course. Look, you cannot play a survival horror game and not go for the goodies. That's how you live. Unless, of course, you're doing some sort of insane challenge run like Melee only or something. Which I'm pretty sure there is a challenge run of just Melee only of Dead Space Remake on YouTube. I have to look that up. People do crazy shit if they know the game well enough or they're just bored. Let's keep upgrading the plasma cutter. And you'll notice certain areas are grayed out. You can either update your suit at the shop, which will grant you access to further upgrades, or find schematics for the weapons. Hopefully there's nothing on top of this elevator that will jump out at me. Yay, I love being proven wrong. Anyway, here's another new enemy type. I believe these guys are called the... Shit, I forgot these guys' name actually. But these guys are kind of shaped like a scorpion and they have the giant forearms of a gorilla. And for some reason they also like to hang out in 0G locations with the lurkers. The fastest way to kill this enemy type is to go for one arm and then go for the head, tail, or other arm. They're kind of on the tougher side of the weaker enemies, but not really that bad. Nice try, buddy. But you can't fool me. Goddamn, this game is gory. Dead Space has to be top contender for the bloodiest game of all time. Along with all the HD Mortal Kombats, The Last of Us Part 2, Hotline Miami, those games. Yeah, Dead Space is indeed a gory one. What I was doing right there was retrieving my grenade rounds. They're kind of more like sticky bombs, in a sense. So in other words, the rifle grenades stick to surfaces and they don't immediately blow up. They'll only explode if the enemies get too close. And sometimes the necromorphs are just way too smart for that. Alright, here's the first of 2 dangers of the void, vacuum. In space, nobody can hear you breathe. That's probably because you can't breathe in space. Well, you can't breathe in space for too long at least. You only have a set amount of time for Clark to get from point A to B before he suffocates. The starter suit I have on is... Or actually no, the level 2 suit I have on actually is 80 seconds total. I'll be able to breathe in space for 1 minute and 20 seconds. The more you upgrade the suit and the more you upgrade your oxygen packs, that's when you'll be able to breathe in space for longer. And here's the second dangers of space. 0G. True 0G this time, and not that weird, awkward Mario Galaxy platforming from the first game. You have complete 360-degree movement and 0 gravity, and that is much more improved than the 2008 version if I do say so myself. Though that does raise the danger factor by a lot because enemies will just now jump towards you out of nowhere.
Still holding this position. What's happening there? Did you find Nicole?
Her office is empty. No sign of her. But I found some hydrazine that should work on the barricade. I just need to find a shock pad.
Okay. Work fast, Isaac.
Now, there will be occasions where vacuum and 0G will be one and the same, but not always. Like right here, I'm still within the ship's atmosphere, however, I'm not affected by centrifuge, which is the 2001 A Space Odyssey spinny thing, as I like to call it. So I'm still in 0G. But now, this is where vacuum comes into play because I have to race against time in order to not choke to death, and also use 0G to my advantage.
Check it out.
Entering vacuum.
Another nice touch to Dead Space is that whenever you are in the vacuum, the sound cuts out and becomes vibrations, and the screen grays out. Here's an O2 tank. You'll see plenty of these on your journey across the void. You just press the confirm button when you get near these things in order to breathe. You gotta breathe, damn it! This guy was on crack. Let me cure that issue.
God. Took one step out of the captain's nest. Chen, that thing. He almost got me.
You okay?
I trapped him in a damaged escape pod. He's snarling like, this is fucked up. Hurry, Isaac.
Oh, why would you trap him in the escape pod? And it was like that in the original game too, with just the random necromorph. Why would you put it in an escape pod? What are you doing, mate? That is actually the biggest what the fuck part of the story. In both versions, like, why would you do that? and that becomes important later on. It's a bad case of I'm smart, but I'm also dumb at the same time. Hey, you know how I feel about hugs. I'm antisocial against aliens. You might even say I'm xenophobic. I'm not above making dumbass jokes. I'm also not above admitting that I missed this one item in the infirmary, therefore I have to backtrack in order to get it. Yeah, admittedly, Dead Space is more windy and confusing than Resident Evil 4 was, at least from a design standpoint.
Daniels isn't answering her rig link. What's your status?
I found a shock pad I could use on the barricade. I'm heading back there now.
Watch the voltage on that pad. I'm not losing anyone else.
Should I tell Hammond how this game ends? Because I'm pretty sure he's not gonna like it. Anyway, now that we got the shock pad and the thermites, freaking lurker, freaking slasher, we can finally blow a hole in the wreckage. Oh, you are so lucky that area despawned, you lucky bastard. Don't worry, I'll get him off screen. It's gonna be one of those extra violent deaths I can't even show on YouTube. It's that serious. You might want to stand far back for this one. I'll see you guys in part 3 of Dead Space, where we explore more of the Ishimura. I still managed to kill the guy on screen. You're welcome. I'll see you guys in part 3.